Human reason is by nature architectonic. All our knowledge begins with the senses, proceeds then to the understanding, and ends with reason. There is nothing higher than reason. Two things strike me dumb: the infinite starry heavens, and the sense of right and wrong in man. Sincerity is the indispensable ground of all conscientiousness, and by consequence of all heartfelt religion. Two things fill the mind with ever new and increasing admiration and awe: the hand is the visible part of the brain. Look closely, the beautiful may be small. Our intellect does not draw its laws from nature, but it imposes its laws upon nature. Man must be disciplined, for he is by nature raw and wild. Happiness is not an ideal of reason, but of imagination. Arrogance is, as it were, a solicitation on the part of one seeking honor for followers whom he thinks he is entitled to treat with contempt. Experience without theory is blind, but theory without experience is mere intellectual play. Thoughts without content are empty, intuitions without concepts are blind. There is nothing higher than reason. Do the right thing because it is right. Rules for happiness: something to do, someone to love, something to hope for. Science is organized knowledge, wisdom is organized life. Two things awe me most: the starry sky above me and the moral law within me. If the truth shall kill them, let them die. Live your life as though your every act were to become a universal law. You only know me as you see me, not as I actually am. Morality is not the doctrine of how we may make ourselves happy, but how we may make ourselves worthy of happiness. Patience is the strength of the weak, impatience is the weakness of the strong. Always treat people as ends in themselves, never as means to an end. The wise man can change his mind, the stubborn one never. The death of dogma is the birth of morality. We can judge the heart of a man by his treatment of animals. There can be no doubt that all our knowledge begins with experience. Beneficence is a duty. If man makes himself a worm, he must not complain when he is trodden on. But a lie is a lie, and in itself intrinsically evil, whether it be told with good or bad intents. Space and time are the framework within which the mind is constrained to construct its experience of reality. Enlightenment is man's emergence from his self-incurred immaturity. All perception is colored by emotion. Great minds think for themselves. In law, a man is guilty when he violates the rights of others. In ethics, he is guilty if he only thinks of doing so. Reason can never prove the existence of God. A single line in the Bible has consoled me more than all the books I ever read besides. If justice perishes, human life on earth has lost its meaning. Two things fill the mind with ever new and increasing admiration and awe, the oftener and more steadily we reflect on them, the starry heavens above and the moral law within. Nature, when left to universal laws, tends to produce regularity out of chaos. Three things tell a man: his eyes, his friends, and his favorite quotes. An action is essentially good if the motive of the agent be good, regardless of the consequences. The human heart refuses to believe in a universe without a purpose. Perpetual peace is only found in the graveyard. Act in such a way that you treat humanity, whether in your own person or in the person of any other, never merely as a means to an end, but always at the same time as an end. It is never too late to become reasonable and wise. The only thing that is good without qualification is a good will. Give a man everything he wants, and at that moment everything is not everything. Ingratitude is the essence of vileness. Do what is right, though the world may perish. Man's duty is to improve himself, to cultivate his mind, and, when he finds himself going astray, to bring the moral law to bear upon himself. The business of philosophy is not to give rules, but to analyze the private judgments of common reason. Out of the crooked timber of humanity, no straight thing was ever made. Art is purposiveness without purpose. For peace to reign on earth, humans must evolve into new beings who have learned to see the whole first. I had therefore to remove knowledge in order to make room for belief. Act only according to that maxim whereby you can at the same time will that it should become a universal law. Philosophy stands in need of a science which shall determine the possibility, principles, and extent of human knowledge a priori. The greatest human quest is to know what one must do in order to become a human being. Heaven has given human beings three things to balance the odds of life: hope, sleep, and laughter. Imagination is a powerful agent for creating, as it were, a second nature out of the material supplied to it by actual nature. With men, the state of nature is not a state of peace, but war. Beauty presents an indeterminate concept of understanding, the sublime and indeterminate concept of reason. The nice thing about living in a small town is that when you don't know what you're doing, someone else does. Only the descent into the hell of self-knowledge can pave the way to godliness. Freedom is that faculty that enlarges the usefulness of all other faculties. One is not rich by what one owns, but more by what one is able to do without with dignity. Humanity is at its greatest perfection in the race of the whites. It is through education that all the good in the world arises. Thoughts without content are empty, intuitions without concepts are blind. The understanding can intuit nothing, the senses can think nothing. Only through their union can knowledge arise. Have patience a while, slanders are not long-lived. Truth is the child of time, ere long she shall appear to vindicate thee. Procrastination is hardly more evil than grasping impatience. God, freedom, and immortality are untenable in the light of pure reason. Time is not an empirical concept, for neither coexistence nor succession would be perceived by us if the representation of time did not exist as a foundation a priori. Ours is an age of criticism to which everything must be subjected. All our knowledge falls with the bounds of experience. Give me matter, and I will construct a world out of it. Which of the quotes do you like the most? Please leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.